Let's play it, Froggy. One last time.
It's so beautiful. I can't let it go.
Hello, everybody. My name's Puppeteen from the Geeky Puppet Show. Joining me, as always, is Froggy, and we are here for the series finale, episode 13 of season 3 of Stargirl.
What a beautiful show. It's going to be missed.
Yes. Well, with this one, we have so many threads to tie up, and we're wondering how they're going to do it. But you know, we have a format here, don't we, Frog?
Yes, we have a floor mat here somewhere.
No, not a floor mat, a format.
Oh.
Basically, what happens is Pat is buried.
Wait. Isn't one mat enough? Why do we need 4 of them?
Formats, no, wrong thing. Right here. Spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, if you want to watch it for yourself, you absolutely should. But if you don't want them, then you should turn away and come back later. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and dig into what happens. Pat is buried alive, and it looks like the Ultra Humanite, who is actually in the body of Starman. Well, it seems that Pat is done. They go ahead. We see Icicle tell his son Cameron, "Oh, well, Pat died fighting the Ultra Humanite." Oh, that's a lie. But, well, it's technically the truth. Now that I think about it. But they tried to paint it like the ape man did it. And so it seems that what they're going to do is get all of the JSA in the local junkyard. And it's going to be one last showdown while Froggy's rolling dice.
Yeah, I had to see what's in store for this show. And the bones say we're screwed.
The bones say. Yes. So Cameron calls Courtney and says, "Starman's in the junkyard. You need to head down there if you're looking for him," and doesn't say anything else.
Meanwhile, everybody thinks it's a trap.
Yeah, because it is.
Yes. So we get the ultimate junkyard fight since Superman 3.
That's a random pull, but okay.
I'm just saying there's junkyard fights, okay?
And this is one of them. Meanwhile, we have Jakeem and Mike as they're running with Cindy away from Dragon King, whose brain is actually in the Ultra Humanite's ape body. Isn't that a confusing matter?
Yes, because as we explained in the previous episode, and those who watched that, so you should go check that out too. Yeah. So basically, when Starman was brought back, they,
because they did bring him back. They show at the beginning of this episode them bringing him back to life to just cut out his brain.
It is the most disturbing thing ever. That alone, I'm sorry, Avatar, you have a tough hill to climb. Poor Starman brought back to life. We see the Dragon King in his normal body. We see John Kent, or not John Kent, but what's the guy's name? Icicle's
McKent. Jordan McKent.
Jordan McKent, yes. Not Jordan Kent. No. So anyway, there's his body. You see they inject his serum into his body. He wakens. Also, his head strapped down. He's like, wait, where's Pat? What's going on? And he's like, he's like, well, Starman, we got a lot of use for you. And it's like, he's like, well, they're working. He's like, don't worry, we don't want you. We just want your body. And it's the most horrifying thing because you see Dragon King with basically a bone saw in his hand. He's for cutting open scalps. And he's like, wait, before you do this, where's Pat? What do you do, Pat? And then you hear him slicing into his head as he screams in pain. That was only the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, what a way to start. And we go right into the action. This fight takes up the good first half of this episode. And we can confirm at this time, you can celebrate evil ice bitch grandma is dead. Well, she ended up crushing herself with a car.
Hold on, let's set it up first. Because they were trapped at the junkyard, we get basically the Courtney in her costume. She's confronted by all the McKents, and you see that Cameron's he was horrible because he lied to her, lead her into that, and they try to talk it out, and then Courtney's like, no, you've been lying the whole entire time since. I don't know who you are, but then just as things are about to looking dire, who appears? Well, you hear the rev of the engine and the propulsion of the jets. Well, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? It's the big guy.
Pat.
Yes.
In stripe.
Yes, awesome. And he calls him. He's like, and he says, yeah. He said, Courtney, don't. And he says, that's not my friend's friend. That is the Ultra Humanite. And they basically all start fighting against each other. Courtney fights against the Ultra Humanite in Starman's body. And then everything's going wrong. Well, before we get to that, so they start fighting. You see it's basically Pat in Stripe versus Starman's Human and Starman's body, and you see like him just basically blasting and throwing the cosmic rod at the robots. The robot gets badly damaged. He's just about to Pat and Courtney calls back the staff after talking to her mother. Her mother is like, no, the only reason he has control of the staff because you felt you need to share it.
Yeah.
So she's like, wait, so I just say no more sharing?
Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
Yeah, and she eats the staff back and just crazy. So that leaves them mano a mano, those two to fighting. But yes, as we saw, other people are fighting too. You
have Yolanda and you have our man. What's his name? Can't remember.
Rick,
and they're fighting. But you have Beth, and you can hear her goggles say, combat mode initiated. As she goes up to the grandpa, and the grandpa gets ready to fight, and they just stare at each other and like, I don't want to do this.
But then evil grandma says the grandpa says, well, if you won't kill her, I'm going to kill you too. And then Yolanda jumps in, and then over the grandma's head. But the grandma misses her, firing her cryokinesis blast. And it causes a basic car to fall down and just crush her instantly. It was like, oh my gosh. Forget about Grandma getting over by a reindeer Christmas. She got crushed by a car. But that being said, she wasn't on ice, so she couldn't exactly just evolve like her son did, So, but yeah, she looked like the Wicked Witch. You saw the car crushed down. You see her leg sticking out. She is gone. Grandpa feels no remorse. He's kind of like, whew, happy now. Cameron's by his side. So then we see, so then we go back to basically, with, what's his name? With
Jakeem?
Well, no, before Jakeem, the junkyard fight.
Burn me.
Yes, I'll burn you later. But no, the whole Starman fight versus Pat. And basically, Pat just beats the crap out of him, until Courtney, and then until Pat starts losing. And then we see Courtney come in and just star blasts him. Just basically drops down, does the superhero landing. Her eyes are glowing. Does the Stargirl, I guess the cosmic wave, shockwave. This gives Pat the upper hand. Pat grabs a rock and just bashes his brains in, so leaving him knocked unconscious. We want to go back over to Gorilla City.
Gorilla City? Well, that's not the right place, and you know it.
It's the wrong place.
It's the wrong place, that's right. The wrong corner of the DC universe. But when we're going ahead and discussing this, as it were, yes, we have Jakeem, and he is trying to figure out how to help Cindy, because basically Cindy's dad stepped out. I'm a big gorilla man now, and come face me, daughter. And as they're struggling, looks like Cindy's about to lose.
I gotta say, I don't like this ending though. With the outcome of this fight, I thought that was kind of lame.
You don't like where Jakeem stands up and says, "I want the most beautiful girl in the world to never be disturbed by her father again"?
That was cringe. And the other thing is, though, I got flashbacks to Legends of Tomorrow with Furby or whatever the hell that was.
Because he got Ultra Humanite. Sorry, not Ultra Humanite. The body of Ultra Humanite, which is Dragon King, gets turned into a giant stuffed ape.
Because the genie takes him up. I forget his name is Thunder, whatever it is, and he takes him up, and then the sky, and then you'll see like a little stuffed monkey, white stuffed monkey, fall down into Cindy's arms. He's like, "There you go, here's your father." I just didn't. I did not know. Sorry.
No, well, that's fine. Now, but when it comes to this, it seems we're about an end. We get the important part, which is Cameron, who realizes, oh my gosh, my dad's an evil son of a bitch. Literally. So he basically teams up and helps fight off Icicle, and Icicle ultimately gives up and disappears in a giant wave, which is his face of snow.
Yes, a giant Schneider wave. No, it looks more like the mummy in the sand.
Exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, so yeah. And then Cameron's like, I'm taking my father. Now, this is the half-hour mark. Exactly half hour. He's like, Cameron's like, Courtney, we can't be together. I need to take my grandpa to get help, and then I'm gone. And she's like, but I could help you. And then he goes, big on thought, throws the ice crystal down, poof, missed, like Batman, and he's gone.
Yes. So also what we have to go ahead and discuss, Pat is able to fight not Starman, the Ultra Humanite in Starman's body without the staff. And do a decent job, but he has the physical upper hand. And so it looks like Pat's going to lose.
Hold on, I already said this.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember you talking about The Rock.
I did.
Did you talk about Dwayne The Rock Johnson as well?
Well, he's not in this.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
No, but I talked about the Courtney did the big giant cosmic blast.
And yes, I remember that. I didn't know.
This caused Pat to get the upper hand, and then use the Rock.
Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
So anyway, we find out that Starman's body is basically in a coma, like say, because the brain has got brain damage. But they're like, you know what though? There's hope though that Pat's like, he's with the original Dr. Midnight, and like, well, let's leave him on life support because we don't know. Maybe we'll find if we can all come back from the freaking dead. Maybe Starman's brain's out there. We'll find it.
And we get to go ahead and see that it's hidden somewhere, and it's listening to the same clip of him dying over and over again. Poor Starman.
The brain's floating in a jar hooked with all these wires and electrodes.
So it's alive.
And yeah. Now this is a callback to because after then the brain of the girl that the Ultra Humanite originally had stolen her body, her brain wasn't really discarded as we thought it was. It was retconned to say that she actually was alive, and the assistant, instead of throwing away the brain, it put the brain into a body of a I guess drug overdose or disease, where I don't know, whatever body. So. But yeah, this is more worse. He's not even in a body. He's just floating in a jar. To be, I don't know, life support forever. and because the show's never coming back.
Well, thankfully, at the end here, we go ahead and have, they all have dinners. They say their apologies. Everything looks shiny, bright and shiny. And then we skip 3 months in the future. You want to go ahead? It's your girl, Froggy. You have the right.
Well, before we even get to Artemis, before that, yeah.
Do we really have to go over them talking about being Hootie and Nightman or whatever?
No. So what we have to talk about is the fact that Courtney went to go visit the gambler's daughter. Get the letter out. Yeah, Becky, and told her about that. Along the way, she meets Cameron, and they hug, and he's like, and they reconcile. So they're an item still. Happy ending for them. But then after this, I want to point out real quickly before we get to the very end. It looks almost. I almost got the feeling that they're having like a Thanksgiving dinner because there's dinner rolls there. There's all stuff. Everyone's all together. So I mean, it's Christmas time, but for those who are watching this, and the CW has Happy Holidays up in the bottom right corner next to the logo. And I'm like, look at this. Oh, that's kind of cute. They have let's touch it. It warms my heart. Not as much as Artemis setting icicle on fire while he's in some other country. And he's up in his goo. And he's like, oh, the same stuff. The goo you're stepping in is a combination of the chemical that my dad who used to coat his hockey pucks in. And he's like, yeah, and it's very highly flammable. He's like, oh crap, and it even burns water. So she throws a little like road flare, and she's like, burn, bitch. I know, that was great. I was like, if they didn't have Artemis and this getting at least somewhat of a little revenge, it's cool. And she's got the hockey mask on and everything. She takes it off, lifts it up like Casey Jones, and I was just it was great.
No, I concur. I think there's a lot of good here.
But now the final part though, because we go another 3 months, I think, or how long is it?
No, we go 10 years in the future.
That's what it was. 10 years in the future, and there's a new Hall of Justice, well, not Hall of Justice, but the JSA Justice, brand. There's a table there, and the Shade is giving a tour of Star Woman and all the other ones, and it's like kind of the Flash Museum, but it's for the JSA. And you want to talk about who shows up?
Well, okay, I didn't expect this. Admittedly, I did not expect this. So we get to see Shade as he's basically explaining to everybody there. He's given a tour. Oh, well, new Dr. Midnight. Oh, we have Rick. And like we said, Midnight, she's getting married, apparently. I think she said they, but I'm not sure. Solomon Grundy's confirmed alive. They go ahead and confirm that they save Starman one day, as well as discuss that, Grundy's back as well. And it seems that they were hinting at where they were heading next, a cosmic entity known as the Nebula Man, I believe.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and it seems that this is the end. That's where we were going, and they cut us off. However, because this is a very important note to end on, a portal seems to open up suddenly, and streaking right through the Flash, Jay Garrick.
And breaks the table in half because of this, in which Shade is kind of pissed off.
Not the table. Yes, and he goes right there and he says, "Oh well, Shade, I'm here because the JSA is needed again, and according to Courtney, that includes you." And basically goes ahead and says that the adventures, they're not through. The adventure never ends, and that is what we end on, and it has the words "never the end," and it is really a great note.
Yes, and I really hope they do. The fact that the show's ending and Jeff Johns back at there, I hope this ties into a new JSA ongoing book.
Man, I've got to be really honest right now,
because Jeff Johns is the one who's writing this show. He's the control of everything. So if they adapt this in the comic book form, continue the story, man, I'm buying it.
Yeah. And I think that really this show is one of the best comic book television shows that we have, period, anywhere. It doesn't need to be a part of some big universe. It's a universe all on its own, and that's what matters.
I dare say it's better than Smallville.
Oh, yes. Like, I really liked Smallville. This is better than Smallville. This is better than... I don't know what I could really go ahead...
I mean, Super and Lois is good, but not as good as this.
Not as good as this. No, it's impossible for it to be as good as this show was. And I'm going to miss it sorely. I think we both are.
I mean, I already started drinking
I wish I could, but my beer hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to start soon.
I may not have a working mouth, but I can absorb things through my skin.
That's right. That's right. Just like just like Icicle can take fire to his skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so sad that there's no potential of this being saved. And now, because of the ending they had to do, it's understandable. It's all understandable.
But
and what?
You'll be really cool.
What's that?
Because this show is ending on here. What if they did this and then this kept it like, because with new creative team, new everybody in charge, a new JSA show comes out, and
Connected to this or new?
Connected to this from the branching off from this comes out on HBO Max, because I know they're talking about because HBO Max is still getting new shows.
No, you mean Max, because Zaslav thinks that's so clever.
Well, I don't care what do you call it, but that would be the biggest news ever if they're also like Stargirl's ending. But wait, this isn't the end, because a new show pops up, everybody's freaking out. It'd be the best thing ever. It'd be Christmas for everyone. God bless us all.
I don't know. Maybe one day. But it's just so sad to see it go. But I'm glad that we're here, that we've gotten to finish it. It's definitely one that will stick with me for the rest of my little puppet life. And we know that you...
It's going to stick to you. Are you using the same goop that Artemis uses?
That's right, petroleum jelly.
Yay! With nitroglycerin.
Yeah, no. They should all feel very proud of what they've done, all the work they put into it.
I was watching everything on Instagram earlier today. Prior to this, an hour before the show premiered, the episode. They were just posting behind the scenes, since and you saw Beth and the actress plays Beth and the actor who plays for Rick. They're taking their costumes off and they're just saying goodbye to the costumes and everything, the cape, all the stuff, handing it in. I'm like, run, bitch, run, take it.
Yeah, don't leave that behind.
Right? The hourglass, no longer wearing the hourglass. It was the last time he wore the hourglass. They're all just kind of like just, and it's crazy because they really are a happy family. The actress for Stargirl and just Rick and all of them just having fun. They're together for like 6 months, man, shooting these things.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that it's just in Vancouver, cooped up, and plus it actually was snowing out there, so they actually had to pause. They're in the junkyard. They had to pause a little bit because it kept snowing. So, but Cameron got a nice send off though. They're playing Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice.
All we can really do is say thank you for all the time that they've given us. They put like huge chunks of their life into Stargirl, and we are so grateful for it.
Yes, and if you really love the show, go to all the social media sites of all the actors and actresses that everybody's involved with it. Jeff Johns.
Show some love.
Show your love. Go to comments. That lets them know there's actually an audience for this, because otherwise it's kind of like if no one says anything, they're like, okay, I guess no one really cares. Like, it's gone now. Because that seems very society. But please do not send death threats to anybody involved with WB, because it's not worth it and you'll never follow through on it.
Zaslav will still be in power by the end of the day.
He's the true Ultra Humanite.
But that's about it. So all we can do now is hope, if you're watching after, leave a comment down below. If you haven't watched Stargirl, you've made a huge mistake. Go back, fix it. You can watch it still. It's all available on HBO Max, I believe, or it will be soon.
It's also free right now to watch on the CW app.
There you go. Make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, and we'll be covering more in the future. So, from Froggy and myself, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye. And
remember, if you don't like this, at least, follow your own list of demands, and then follow mine afterwards, and watch this show.
Goodbye to you.
Because you have no choice.
There was a star girl flying through the sky.